Look, we can say whatever we want. Like, J.J. Redick got outcoached. I mean, it does appear that that's what happened here, because there was the speculation about what was the plan going into the fourth quarter. Why'd you play everybody that many minutes? And he got a little bit of a red ass and got testy before the game yesterday. They were tired, and they looked tired at the end of that game last night as well, too. And so Rudy Gobert, once he found out that it was, oh, you guys are just going to play small, and you're not going to play Jackson Hayes, and this is just going to be what it's going to be. Okay, I'll just go 20-20 and be the best player on the floor all night. And it was, and like you look at the final numbers. Like I said, like Minnesota didn't shoot well. They were 7 of 47 from three.
Yes.
It's like this. There were opportunities. If the Lakers were the better team, or even if they were close to being as good as Minnesota, they're winning that game going away. There was every opportunity on the table for the Lakers to win that game. They aren't as good as the Timberwolves, and it's not close. Like, it isn't close. And that was like, really, I looked at it last night and said, this is pretty obvious, and it seemed pretty obvious from the jump. Anthony Edwards spoke after the game, and Ant talked about not only the win, taking the series in 5, but also what was the turning point this season for the Wolves.
You wanted everybody to be talking about the Lakers. You saw everybody picking the Lakers. How does it feel now to emerge from this series victorious the way that you guys had, the way you did, and to prove those kind of people wrong?
What makes it feel even better is that they said Lakers in 5 and the Wolves won in 5. So I think that makes it feel 10 times better. That's like my only answer. I think the turning point for us was the game when Julius came back in Phoenix. I think that changed everything. We knew we needed him. We was missing him. And we was just missing that piece. Did Dante come back that game too? Or no?
He came back right around the same time.
Yeah. So when they came back, it kind of changed everything. Like, our whole demeanor changed, because we had like a team meeting with Finchie and the coaches, and like they got on us, and they feel like everybody responded the right way. Like everybody went and looked in the mirror and said, it's a lot of things that I can do better for myself to help the team, instead of trying to blame somebody. So we did that, and everybody became like a grown man in a sense.
So there's your guy Anthony Edwards. Talking about, listen, some accountability. We got to get better. Stop pointing fingers. Turning point. Dante comes back. Julius comes back, and they're off and running. And they will be in the Western Conference Finals. They get the winner, Houston, Golden State. Minnesota will be in the finals for the Western Conference. Go to call that right
dang.
now.
I think I guess we'll get to the Houston Golden State one, and maybe at some point, I don't know. But they could be dangerous. They could be, or they could be fool's gold as well. I really like the Timberwolves. What I didn't really like last night is that they were able to slow down Anthony Edwards. I didn't really like that a lot. He got a double-double, and he was two assists away from a triple-double, actually. But it wasn't an impressive showing. It wasn't like this is a closeout game and Anthony Edwards was doing the deed. But again, you have a guy in Julius Randle who people may underestimate in quite some ways, but can really play the game. I mean, really, I think that if they do make it to the Western Finals, if they are competitive, if this is their year and they're not fool's gold, it will most likely be the contributions of Julius Randle more so than Rudy Gobert or any other player on the team. Michael Conley, he showed up when he needed to, as you mentioned, with that timely 3. He's going to have to be who he is and not disappear when they get to the bigger games as well. It's not going to be easy. This next round for them will not be easy. Whichever team it is, if it's Golden State will have had the opportunity, possibly foreseeably, to get healthier. In a way where Butler, more specifically, may have had more time for his pelvic contusion to have, gotten better. And I think that's the difference right now in this series. And I know, people say you're so caught up and you're so focused in on him, but it's because I believe a healthy Butler on this team gives them that added push that they need. Because right now they only have a big one. Without Jimmy Butler being fully himself, and you can tell he's out there not moving at his full potential. I think if they're able to make it through this series against Houston, I think they could be dangerous moving forward. But I also believe that Houston is now starting to kind of apply themselves and assert themselves in a way where, you start to understand why they're so highly rated. You start to realize why they had the type of season that they had. And if their guys can continue to play, the way that they need to play, that I don't know. I think it's going to be a super, super hard road to hoe if you're the Grizzlies. So Minnesota Timberwolves, my bad, Timberwolves. I mean, you think about it. Thompson is a beast. Brooks is an agitator that can score. So that'll be interesting because they're going to have to match that energy. Van Vliet is balling. Like, he is balling out of control right now. And there's so many weapons on that team. Jalen Green. There's so many weapons that they have. They can get you in so many different ways, Jonas. So I think coming out of that series, I think those are the two more dangerous teams. I think they probably match up way better against the Golden State Warriors than they do the Houston Rockets. But I think it'll be that is going to be a very, very good series. It'll be a very competitive series, whoever the Timberwolves end up playing against.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm just trying to help people out here. Like, if they want to know what the future is going to look like, I got it for you. It's going to be Minnesota, and it's going to be OKC in the final for the Western Conference. You put that in your Western Conference
looks
pipes
good,
and
man.
smoke it. They do look good. That's why they're
good.
favored on DraftKings to win the NBA title. So that'll be that for the LA Lakers. The Minnesota Timberwolves are off and running, and our fans listening on the Yellowhorn of the Twin Cities, K-Fan, congratulations. You have humbled a lot of people out here in Los Angeles. A lot of people out here that were talking about NBA championship, Lakers are back, blah, 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 blah. They were humbled in 5 games by the Minnesota Timberwolves.